young boy and he's been living in the block. Goals are trying to make it to the top. If you ain't working hard, when you get there you can drop. But he just wants his money, so he's busy sending rocks. Really, I can't even say too much. I've said too much already, I think that I've said enough. And I ain't gonna speak, cause most of the come up been rough. So honestly...
Hi guys, welcome back to Rants and Rants. So today's video, I don't know if you guys remember, in my video last week I said that I was going to do a part 2 of the baby mums and baby father scenario situations, whatever you want to call it. So that's what today's topic is going to be about. Make sure you guys like, you subscribe, you comment, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Right, so I'm going to be talking more this week about what it's like dating, like a guy or woman that has a child. So what it's like dating somebody else's baby mother or baby father. So a lot of my friends say that they couldn't date a guy that's sort of got a baby mother. And obviously me, having kids myself, I think kind of like, but why not? Like, that's not fair, like, to have that sort of mentality that you wouldn't date someone that has a child. But I also understand where they're coming from with it. So basically, like, dating somebody else's baby mother or baby father, basically, it's kind of like a trust thing. You don't know whether they're still seeing their baby mother or baby father, or they're still sleeping with them, even if they're not still there with them. Like, you don't know what the situation's like, and a lot of times, like, men especially, they tend to lie about the situation and make it seem like that's not the situation with my baby mother, and when in fact it is. Like, even if like the opposite person has moved on, I don't know what it is, but it's like they still have, I don't know if it's because they still have a history or they still have something there, but a lot of times they still have they hold onto some sort of connection, and that makes it hard for another person to come into that person's life and trust that it is what they say it is, to trust that they're not still involved with their baby mother or with the baby father. So how do we get around that? How do you know that you can trust that person? So there's signs that you can look out for. Like, me personally, I will look out for stuff like, so if they're able to speak to, like, if I'm dating a guy, I need to know that he can speak to his baby mother in front of me. He doesn't always need to leave the room or go somewhere else where he doesn't want me to hear the conversation. Because if you guys are not involved with each other and you guys are just co-parenting, then surely conversations that you guys hold is going to be about your child, right? And I'm not going to feel a way to hear you talking about your child. Do you know what I mean? So what's the secret? Why can't you speak in front of me? That's number one that I would look out for. I would also look out for how their relationship is. Are they two, like, no one's saying that you can't have a good relationship with your baby mother or a good relationship with your baby father. Like, you can, like, some people, it's more than just co-parenting, where they don't, some people have it where they don't talk to each other and they just do what they're doing for the kids. But some people have it where they actually have a good relationship with their baby mother, with their baby father, and they can actually, like, be mutual, like, have a conversation and be friends. But if it's too friendly, nah, I don't think I'll be too comfortable with that. You know, you keep it on a basic, not too. Another thing I would look out for is watch how he talks about the mother of his kids. Does he speak highly of her or lowly of her? Because I don't think it's bad that a guy should be speaking low of the mother of his children regardless, because she pushed out your children, she's raising your children, she's putting food and clothes on their back and their mouth. So hey, you shouldn't feel the need to speak to your partner about your mother of your kids in a low way. There's no need whatsoever. So if he feels the need to do that, red flag. I just feel like something's not right there, because you want me to believe a certain situation for a reason. You want me to believe that this is what it is, so that I have no clue, so that I don't ever feel like you're gonna you're gonna go back there, you're going to be still involved in any type of way, because you've painted this picture to me that you absolutely hate this woman. So I'm thinking there's no chance. A guy that can actually have respect for the mother of his kids and speak about her in a very well-mannered way, I can more trust a guy like that, because he's respectful. He has nothing to hide. He's respectful. He's not trying to painting no pictures to me. He's allowing me to paint my own picture, and I would respect that so much more from a man. Now, everyone looks out for different things. Everyone looks out for different. Another thing I look out for is whether or not he is willing to. We're not saying he has to like bring his child around you straight away, but if he is willing to do that, that's another thing I look out for, because that's a good sign. Because a lot of men don't like to bring their kids around another woman because they're worried about what the child is going to go back and say to the mother. Now, that one is hard to weigh up, because some people, it could also be like they may not be involved with their baby mother, but they might be worried that if the child goes back and says something, remember last week we spoke about the spiteful baby mothers, those kind of baby mothers that would cause an issue or stuff like that. So they might be kind of not wanted to because of that. But then there's also the side that they are still involved with them, their baby mother, on the low, and if the child goes back and says something, then it's all hell break loose. So you just gotta know, like, for yourself, you have to judge situations. There's gonna be loads of different situations that you can look out for, like you can look, but you have to really read, because sometimes it's so hard to figure it out. It's so hard. Like, I would say the best situation is if a guy is able to just literally introduce you both to each other, so you can have that reassurance that, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not that, because it's so hard, especially if like you've come from it and you know how it goes yourself, like you have kids yourself and you've had a situation with your baby father yourself and you've come out of that and you know how it goes. That's even worse, because then you definitely don't want to trust, like you do not want to trust because of that situation. Like, but I would say follow your instincts. If you feel something's not right there, something isn't right there, and you get to the bottom of it, do not ignore it. That is the mistake you make. Don't tell yourself, oh no, I'm just being silly, it can't be that. No one's saying to go wild and go and like start any sort of arguments as a way to find out, but you keep judging the situation, you keep judging, you keep bringing up, when you're bringing up stuff as well, you bring it up in a very calm and relaxed way, not to say that you've got a problem, like just a very, just go ease in with things, question things, find out things, work out certain situations yourself. If you address something to a guy and he is jumping down your throat, like he becomes defensive about it, that's enough. I'm sorry, but that's enough for me, because I've only asked the question and you're jumping down my throat, which tells me that you are upset about the fact I've now got a bit clued up about something and you've got something to hide, so you're defending it. You're defending yourself now. Those are the little things. Those are the things I look out for. I love to look out for. Like, I don't think we should say we won't date guys that has kids. I would say it's a lot harder, but everyone deserves a chance. You just got to know within yourself how to judge a situation. We can't judge a book by the cover, of course not. Takes a lot of time. You've got to read that person, you've got to read the situation, all these things. Another thing that's important to find out is how the relationship ended. Like, were they ever in a relationship to begin with? Find out the little history of the past relationship, because I'm sorry guys, but we all know every relationship is different and people go through different things. But I personally love to find out the history of the last, like, of what happened last, what went wrong there. So I need to know your ups and your downs. I need to know if he's blaming everything on the woman, another red flag. No, because we all know that most of the times when relationships break down, it's two people. It's never just one person. Yes, there might be one person doing a lot of incorrects compared to the other person, but there's always, everyone's got their, not everyone's perfect, so we can't say one person was perfect and one person was just completely, no. So if you're trying to blame it on the other person, the woman, and try to say that everything was all her, no. I respect men that's able to tell you their past. They can accept where they went wrong. They've learned from their mistakes. You know what I mean? They saw what they could have done better, and they can discuss things like that. Like, I like that stuff. Do you know what I mean? I always love a man that can talk about his history, his past relationship, what went wrong there, what he realised, and reflect on certain things, so that I know for myself he's ready to move forward and do it correctly in this relationship. Because if he can't learn from his past mistakes, that means he ain't gonna. He's just the same man from the last relationship that didn't work out. Coming into this relationship, chances are he's gonna do the same stuff, because he ain't learned, he ain't reflected, he hasn't seen that he's wrong, so he's gonna continue to do the same stuff. So those are the things I like to ask a guy. But you know, everyone's different. Everyone's got their own ways and approaches to things that they would like to do. But I just feel like in a situation like this, you have to really take care with what you say and what you watch and how you judge the situation, really. Like, personally, if a guy has like loads of different baby mums, that's not really my cup of tea. Like, okay, you've got 2 baby mums or so, okay, 2. But if it's just around the place, you've got like 4 baby mums, all these kind of things, I just couldn't trust you, because that's just more, that's not even just one situation I've got to work out. That is like, I've got to work out your situation with multiple women to know that you are not still sleeping and involved with them. I just don't think I have the time and the patience for it. I don't know what stage of love that is, but when it comes to stuff like that, I can understand when people say they couldn't. I can understand you saying you couldn't date a guy that has multiple baby mums, but not that you couldn't date a guy that just has a child. Like, hey, some people are completely innocent. Some people just didn't work out with their baby mother or baby father and had to move on. And, you know, they should be given a chance. Not because of this whole, you know, I know it's a very bad stereotype, but let's give people a chance. Give them a chance. Be smart, be wise, work out the situation, judge it correctly, and you got nothing to worry about. But guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'll be back next week. Like, comment, subscribe.
His brothers move as a pack, it's raps. If any of the ops get adjacent, I spoke to him. He said his ops got a weapon, it's Pete, bro. So you know when I bought me mine, I ain't gonna say too much, bro. Listen to my single when it drops, it's called Story Time.